She stole a piece of chocolate when no one was around, but to her surprise, the returning shop owner saw her. Strangely, she didn't scold her. Instead, she picked up a whole box of chocolates and tried to give it to her. Her reaction shocked her. She lowered her head and ran away in shame. What she didn't expect was that the shop owner, to give her the chocolates, actually came to her house in person.
Do me a favor. Try one of these rose creams. Tell me if you think it's a little heavy on the Cointreau.
She opened the box, and the scent of roses rushed out. Just as Josephine popped a chocolate into her mouth, she heard her husband shouting angrily. She quickly spat it out to respond, or she'd be beaten. Kind-hearted Vianne was the only good person she had ever met. So Josephine quietly told her that the mayor was spreading nasty rumors, saying Vianne was a servant of the devil, and anyone who ate her chocolates would become a slave to Satan. That's when Vianne finally understood. No wonder the townspeople only watched from afar and never dared to come near her chocolate shop. She remembered the first time she met the mayor. It was a cold winter day when Vianne and her 6-year-old daughter arrived in the quiet, closed-off little town. She bought an old pastry shop across from the church, planning to fix it up and turn it into a unique chocolate shop. That's when the mayor showed up, inviting them to a weekend church event. But Vianne was a Mayan and didn't share the town's beliefs, so she turned him down. The mayor took it personally, and from then on, a silent war began. The mayor would often spy on the busy Vianne through his window and even asked his secretary to find out what she did all day. But the secretary wasn't one to meddle and refused. So the mayor started spreading rumors about her, warning people to stay away. Soon, the chocolate shop opened. The rich, smooth aroma filled the entire street, but only a few curious customers wandered in. Vianne's daughter spun an old wooden disc while Vianne asked a woman what she saw in it, because Vianne could tell what someone secretly desired based on their answer. After staring for a moment, the woman gave an honest reply.
A woman riding a wild horse?
For a woman longing for passion, Vianne gave her a triangular chocolate with pepper, bold and intense. For her husband, she made magical Mayan cocoa chocolate. At that moment, the woman had no idea that a tiny piece of chocolate would completely change her life. Back home, she was doing chores while her husband snored on the couch. Looking at the chocolates on the table, she suddenly felt foolish for thinking something so small could save her marriage. She threw them to the floor in frustration. Later, her husband woke up and searched for food. He spotted the chocolates on the ground, picked one up, and popped it into his mouth. Suddenly, he felt an unprecedented romance. Then he ate the rest. Watching his wife scrubbing the toilet, his cheeks flushed, and a strange feeling rose in his chest. Unexpectedly, one small piece of chocolate brought back the sweet love they hadn't felt in a long time. The next morning, as soon as Vianne arrived at her shop, she found Josephine waiting at the door. She admitted to stealing the chocolate and offered to pay, but Vianne told her it never happened. Moved by Vianne's kindness, Josephine let her guard down and gave her a beautiful golden box, which she had stolen from the church. She poured out her heart, saying her life was a mess. Every day, she was trapped by strict rules. If she didn't go to church each week or obey her husband, she'd be judged by everyone. She had suffered abuse from her husband for years but had never fought back. Vianne comforted her, saying things would get better, but Josephine didn't seem so sure. That night, while Vianne was asleep, there was a loud knock at the door. It was Josephine. Her husband had gotten drunk and hit her again. But this time, Josephine decided she'd had enough. While he was passed out, she tied him up with a belt and escaped from that hellish home. She was ready to take her life back and live with meaning, just like Vianne. She started learning to make chocolate with her. But her husband wasn't done. He went straight to the mayor and complained. The narrow-minded mayor thought Josephine's behavior had dishonored the meaning of marriage. So he came to the chocolate shop to demand she return home. Vianne gently lifted Josephine's hair, revealing shocking wounds that left the mayor speechless.